Hi, today I'm going to review the long awaited sequel that I'm pretty sure none of us thought would ever get made, Ghostbusters Afterlife, or Ghostbusters 3. I guess this is technically Ghostbusters 3. I mean, sure, no, it's about like newer characters, but whatever, you get my gist. So, the plot of this movie is where years and years after the events of the second movie, uh, Egon had a daughter named Callie Spangler, and she has two kids, Trevor and Phoebe, and they all moved to Oklahoma on a farm because that's where Egon moved to many, many years ago. And the kids discover their family history with, well, specifically their connection with Egon and how he was a Ghostbuster. And they find out that they mistakenly release a bunch of ghosts and there's some paranormal activity going around. So they realize they can't do it alone. So they team up with um, Trevor's love interest, Lucky, who also works with him, and Phoebe's friend, Podcast, they they all have to team up and stop the ghosts, and they also have to find out that their science teacher, Mr. Gooberman, played by Paul Rudd, is also um, discovering the ghosts, and he also joins the team later, and they all have to team up and stop all the ghosts. I really liked this movie. This movie was very entertaining, and you know what? For a Ghostbusters 3, I think this is as great as we could have gotten. I mean, yeah, I know we didn't see uh, the four main guys again. But I mean, obviously Harold Ramis is dead, so obviously it would be hard to get all the guys back, and they're probably really old by. They're definitely too old by now, but they do have some cameo appearances, though. I mean, I don't know if that's a spoiler or not, but I guess maybe it was okay. It was kind of obvious because we're at the end of the trailer. You could hear Bill Murray. Yeah, you can. They still come back as their characters, and it's as a follow up to Ghostbusters 2, it's really good. It definitely had the feeling of a Ghostbusters movie. Like, while I did enjoy the remake that came out a few years ago, the female led one, even though I liked that one, I think this was better in terms of Ghostbusters because this felt more like a Ghostbusters movie, like with the humor and story and such. The other one, like, I liked it, but it didn't really 100% feel like a Dan Aykroyd Harold Ramis comedy. It felt kind of more like a really long, expensive SNL skit. But this, I definitely got the Ghostbusters vibe with this. Yeah, I know people say it's heavily relying on nostalgia. Well, yeah, that's pretty much the point. It's trying to bring back what makes people love about the first two Ghostbusters movies. I mean, yeah, the modernized town looked a little too 80s, kind of like Stranger Things, but it kind of works with this because obviously it's a movie about. Because Ghostbusters is a movie series about a bunch of ghosts that swarm around, and obviously with crazy antics like that, I don't think the town's going to be looking too good after that. And yeah, you don't see New York, but like it was cool. Like the whole uh the town they made for the movie, it looked really, really good, and it was a nice change of pace. It wasn't just New York again because all the other movies took place in New York, so this was a nice change of pace. All the kids, I think, did really good. I mean, yeah, like it's kind of one thing like you probably wouldn't really expect a Ghostbusters movie to be led by a bunch of kids, but in a strange way, it kind of works. It's like obviously they're not as experienced with ghost hunting because in the original movie, obviously all the guys were scientists, so they obviously knew what they were doing. Here, they kind of just went with it, and they were just great. And the kids, they're quite good actors. I mean, Finn Wolfhard, obviously from Stranger Things, I know he is a talented kid, and everyone else, I think all the other kids did pretty good. And the effects are really, really good. The Especially given the budget for this movie. This movie didn't have that big of a budget, but the effects were amazing. Like even like just from everything, like from the what do you call those things? Are they called the terror dogs? I think that's what they're called. Yeah, like that looks good, and all the ghosts, and you can see like the little mini marshmallow men that you saw in the trailers. Like the CGI on them looks really good, and not sure if this is a spoiler or not, but Gozer actually appears again, and and obviously in her form, she's Gozer is obviously a guy, but like physically, Gozer's portrayed by Olivia Wilde. Yes, really, Olivia Wilde's in this. Like, I remember sitting in the theater looking at her like, is that Olivia Wilde? And I looked up after I saw the movie, and it was. Jeez, I think I know her face all too well. But like, it was cool seeing Gozer again. I mean, yeah, like it is kind of feels. You might think it would be a boring seeing the same villain again, and you think it's just for fan service. But I strangely liked it. I think it's kind of feels like a fan film brought to life, and I mean that in a good way because it felt like a Ghostbusters movie. Like it mixed familiar things with new things, and that's definitely the kind of movie this should be. And as a sequel, I highly enjoyed it. And if you liked the first two Ghostbusters movies, I'm sure you'll really enjoy this. And like, if you weren't satisfied with the remake, I'm sure this will be an improvement. I mean, I thought the remake was good, but I think this movie was better. So yeah, Ghostbusters Afterlife, had a really fun time with it. I definitely think it was worth all those delays, and I really had a fun time with it. Not quite sure if it'll make my top 10 of the year, but it would definitely be an honorable mention if it won't. So yeah, so I guess time to talk about the trailers. All right. I got the 355 again. Like, oh, I got this trailer so many times. It does look good though. You know, a spy um, action movie. It looks like it could be good, so I'm definitely looking forward to this. I guess mainly so I don't have to see the trailer for the bajillionth time. What else? I got The Matrix Resurrections. I already explained this one in my Dune review. I don't really know if this is like a new film or a sequel because I kind of feel it's unnecessary. Like, I don't think it'll be terrible or anything. Just without spoiling Matrix Revolutions, I don't know. It just doesn't grab me. But who knows? Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll surprise me. So can't say really much anything about it yet. So I'll probably have to see about this. I got, I don't know why I got this one. Sing 2. I don't know why they played this before Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters, like, this movie's fine for kids, it's fine for families, but it's just like, this doesn't seem like a movie that you'd play before, that would play the Sing trailer, but, you know. Looks good. I got American Underdog. Might be okay. Sports drama, I usually like those. And Spider-Man No Way Home. Already explained this one in my Venom Let There Be Carnage review. Just, you know what? Yeah, whatever. So Ghostbusters Afterlife, if your theater is open, if you're lucky, definitely go see it. I highly recommend it. So that's my review of Ghostbusters Afterlife. See you later.